So Europe, guys, this is it. Yeah. My friends call me out and they're like, can you come down these sides of Milimani? I ask them where. They say, Homestay Sundown. And I'm like, okay, where is that? They give me direction, then I reach there. So what catches my attention first is the bar. The bar on a Mercedes, now that's being a Luo. That's being a true Luo. I figure out my way, ask for a cocktail, and the person who serves me is Polycap. And of course, the taste is crispy, and now I'm interested to even know more about him. Searching his story, I realized that people have given him shouts, people whom we respect so much in our space here in Kenya. And yes, that's why we said, let's call Polycap so that he can tell us a little about him, so that one or two people can learn and see where the interest falls within this story. So, welcome, Polycap. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you so much for having me treated with the cocktail. I don't know how we call this. How do we call it?
That's a blue crush.
Blue Crush.
Yeah.
So, guys, today I'm having Blue Crush. I hope it takes me down well. Yourself, you having?
I'll have Long Island on a shot glass.
I think that's a little funny, guys. Long Island on a short glass. Here we are. So, Polycap, tell us a little. How did you start your journey of being a mixologist? Did you go to a school? Did you search it on internet? Or where did you get your interest? Or how did you settle on it?
Okay. With the cocktail, first when I joined Utali College, I went there to study as a chef.
Okay.
But then just have to things change.
Okay.
Things will change. Yeah. So when I was there, I just learned that people love parties and everything. Like people love drinks, so I have to do more research and everything on the drinks. Yeah, so I abandoned doing the chef part of it. Then I just started working on drinks. So I did. I'm a barista as well.
Oh.
I do tea, those cappuccino, coffee latte, all those type of tea.
Okay.
Plus this one. Apart from that, I also went to Pwani Institute. Yeah, so those are the places that have been
So your skill was from Utali, then Pwani.
Yeah.
So
Pwani.
does it mean you just left being a chef? Like you didn't even come out knowing how to roll chapatis or
I didn't have any interest on being a chef.
Okay.
Yeah.
But first you enroll as a chef.
Yeah, I enrolled as a chef.
But you quickly moved to where you saw like people are in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, Polycap, for how long have you been in this industry, like practicing how to mix? Because your mix clearly is going down well with people and people are talking much about it.
The experience that I'm having right now, it's 8 years experience. Yeah. I started working at Bomas of Kenya. That's a Galleria shopping mall. From there, I moved to the hub Karen. Also work at the hub Karen with some restaurants there. I've worked with Wing It Nairobi, British Pub Grub, Ocean Basket. Those are the restaurants that I've worked with.
Okay.
Apart from that, I've also worked with at Two Rivers Mall.
Oh.
Yeah.
So finally you found yourself here in Kisumu, and guys, we know that Nairobi is not Kenya and Kenya is not Nairobi. You are in the big city. You know, Kisumu is Europe, and definitely you are enjoying to work here. In the places you mentioned, were there Mercedes Benzes? Come on. So anyway, guys, Polycap says that he studied this at Utali, and of course, it's a skill which he learned from school. And we thank him for doing this good thing over time. And so far, we've not had any complaints. And maybe if he can tell us, have you ever had any bad experience with a client? Maybe because I believe you didn't start as a perfectionist. Did you have once in a while bad experience with clients?
Sure. The bad experience are there. When I started, and even now, you see, with the cocktail entails more. Like we have so much cocktails. So with this work, you need to do research day and nights. You need to do research. So there's a bad experience that I've faced. There's this day I started making Long Island. I love Long Island. So there's this day I was making Long Island. A waiter come to me and say that guests want Long Island. So well, I've started making Long Island. Before I even finish, uh, the waiter came back again and told me that, oh, sorry, my client wanted a mocktail,
Oh,
not a
a
cocktail.
cocktail.
Yeah, so that was my bad experience. Plus another thing also, at times you see I'll be serving clients. Some of the clients they need strong cocktail. Some will want mild cocktail, but I have to handle both my
Clients
clients. Yeah,
with the specification of what they have.
yeah,
Now, sorry about your experience, and of course, we agree that was a learning process.
yeah.
There was this time you were you must have been very excited from the comments that I saw when Sakaja came and you served him he asked to be served with you in person, milkshake, and of course we saw his post go out there on Instagram. How did you feel about it? Was it the oomph moment you've always waited for? Is he your personal friend?
Uh, yeah, I can say Sakaja is my personal friend. Plus, on that day when Sakaja came here, I didn't only take a milkshake. It started with the cocktail, and the cocktail was perfect.
Ah,
It took old fashioned on that day. The old fashioned was good, and then he said, no, let me also try the milkshake. How do you make your milkshake? I want to know more about your milkshake. Then I had to make for him a milkshake. Yeah, and it was nice.
amazing and impressive. So tell us a little, us who are not so used to taking cocktails, and Mel is always a first timer. Tell me, when you set it up my glass for me like this, what am I supposed to do with my glass? Should I just drink and leave the berries there, or what should I really do? If you can explain using my glass.
Okay, these berries that we're putting, or the garnish we call it, that we're putting, these are just appetizers. Yeah, they're just appetizers. So whenever you serve the cocktail, if it's a fruit, if there's a fruit as a garnish, you can start with the fruit as a as an appetizer. Yeah,
So I missed it myself.
yeah,
I should have started with this.
yeah. You should start with this.
Sorry,
Yeah.
guys, this is a little embarrassing. I should have started with this, but hey, we are learning. Okay. Uh huh. So we can continue.
So, so now you can start with the berry or the fruit, and if some garnish will be maybe plastic or anything. Garnish is just to
Okay.
attract you also for the cocktail.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why we put it the
So,
garnishing. Yeah.
so maybe without taking so much time, can you maybe explain to us, are there cocktails specifically for ladies and cocktails specifically for men?
Cocktail cocktails, we don't have specific cocktails for ladies or men, but maybe with names, maybe let's say something like blue crush or green lady. Those are drinks that should be taken with ladies. They are cool, they are soft, they're nice, they have nice taste. But then when you go to something like Long Island, that's something strong. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's for men now.
For men.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me also maybe just to know, today is interesting, so many questions flowing. In a nutshell, what would you advise for anyone who want to venture into being a mixologist? What is keen for them to know? Do they really have to go to school, or maybe they can Google and get to know the mix up, the ingredients, the levels of alcohol, the level of syrups, whichever way? Is it a must that they go to school?
In this field, as I've said earlier, it needs more research, and for this, you have to go to school. There's
Okay.
no shortcut. You'll have to.
Lest you
Yeah.
be hazardous.
Yeah. Plus another thing through from school. Also, if you have interest and passion on this, you'll be checking on internet also, because cocktails. There are so many cocktails. You can't finish cocktails. There are so many cocktails, and we have to learn each and every day. I also learn even right now. I'm still learning. Yeah.
Guys, it was nice catching up with Polycap, and at least I'm very sure we have learned one or two things about cocktail from Homestay Sundown. Now, we want Polycap to maybe use half a minute to speak to the country people and tell them what he expects of us during this electioneering period, what is his role as a peace ambassador, because everyone who comes to Authentic Europe channel first must be a peace ambassador. So, Polycap, with the coming up election, what is your advice to the youth, especially because they're the ones who are used, because they're the ones who have so much energy? What is your advice to them?
Okay, to my fellow youths, what I'll advise you is not fight each other. Let's keep peace. Like, just let's keep peace. Let's not fight. Let's not fight each other. We need each other now and tomorrow and again and again.
Well, guys, the catchword of Polycarp here, which we need to take home, is we need each other today, tomorrow, and in the future. So we are advised that this coming election, we be peace ambassadors. Let us not fight each other, but instead remember that we need each other. Okay, for these sumptuous cocktails, and of course mocktails are also there. You can search Polycarp on Facebook, Polycarp Rachuonyo, and also on Instagram, Polycarp the bartender. Feel free to contact him in case you have an event where you need some cocking the tail. For Authentic Europe channel, this is your host Daisy Otuoma. Remember to subscribe, hit the bell button, and yes, we continue hosting amazing stories of this county. Thank you.